On January 26, 2022, a 24-year-old woman leaves her home in Oakley, California. She's heading to see someone she once loved, someone she trusted, someone who had been part of her life for years. But Alexis Gabe would never return home. Within days, her family knew something was terribly wrong. Her phone had gone silent. Her social media activity stopped. No one had heard from her. What began as a missing persons case would soon become one of the most disturbing homicide investigations in California. A case involving a trusted ex-boyfriend, a cross-state manhunt, a deadly confrontation with federal agents, and a search that would uncover a horrifying truth nearly 10 months later. This is the tragic story of Alexis Gabe. Before she became the subject of headlines and search parties, Alexis Gabe was a daughter, a sister, and a friend. Those closest to her described her as caring, energetic, and deeply devoted to her family.
Maybe she was trafficked.
Yep. Oakley PD, come out, your hands up!
She was only 24 years old. Alexis lived in Oakley, a city in Contra Costa County, California. Like many young adults, she was navigating relationships, work, and plans for the future. One relationship, however, would ultimately place her at the center of a criminal investigation: her relationship with Marshall Curtis Jones.
How y'all doing? Hey, is Marshall home?
No. Are you this house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. How y'all doing today?
Good. Friend.
Okay.
What's up, friend?
Y'all be safe. Be careful now, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I'm here. You know Alexis.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. So, Gabe.
I'm sorry, Gabe.
Gabe. Yeah, no, her mom told me that she didn't come home.
So yeah, because I spoke to her brother and friends, and they're concerned.
I'm concerned too.
When was the last time you spoke to her or saw her?
You know what? I can.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, hold on. So I can show you my call log. I talked to her throughout the day yesterday.
Okay.
I want to say 6:38 is when she told me that she was outside. She...
Here?
Yeah. I let her in. We hung out for a couple hours. She left around 9.
Did she say where she was going?
Yeah, I can show you text message. She said that...
the more you give me, the better, man.
I was about to say, I remember her saying... This is from today. It's not delivering. I've been trying to call her. I was like, "Are you still coming over? You must still be asleep." She's like, "I can only come by for a bit today." I was like, "Okay." Because she was doing some other stuff for her job that she was doing some running around for.
Okay.
The two had dated on and off for several years. According to Alexis's father, Marshall had once been welcomed into their family and was considered Alexis's first love. No one could have imagined how that relationship would end.
Their eyes closed. I think that came out of it. I didn't. He did it.
On January 26, 2022, Alexis left home to visit Marshall Jones at his residence in Antioch, California. That visit would become the last confirmed sighting of Alexis Gabe alive. When Alexis failed to return home, her family became concerned almost immediately. This wasn't normal behavior. Alexis regularly communicated with friends and relatives. She wasn't the type of person to disappear without explanation. Hours turned into days, calls went unanswered, messages were never opened. Then another alarming discovery was made. Alexis's vehicle was found abandoned in Oakley. The car was unlocked. The keys were still inside. To investigators, the scene looked suspicious from the beginning. Someone had gone to considerable effort to make it appear as though Alexis had simply vanished. But detectives suspected something much darker. As investigators reconstructed Alexis's final movements, one fact stood out above everything else. Marshall Jones was the last known person to see her alive. Detectives began examining surveillance footage. They reviewed phone records, they tracked digital evidence, and they interviewed people connected to both Alexis and Marshall. Meanwhile, Alexis's family launched a tireless public campaign. Search parties were organized, thousands of flyers were distributed, community members volunteered countless hours searching fields, roads, and remote areas. The case attracted widespread attention throughout California. But despite the massive effort, Alexis remained missing. Then investigators uncovered evidence that dramatically changed the direction of the case. Authorities began to believe they were no longer searching for a missing woman, they were investigating a murder. As the investigation intensified, detectives quietly built a case. According to law enforcement, surveillance footage, cell phone records, wiretap evidence, DNA evidence, and other forensic findings all pointed toward Marshall Jones. Investigators became convinced that Alexis had not disappeared voluntarily. They believed she had been killed shortly after visiting Jones. Then came one of the most disturbing revelations in the entire case. According to reports, a friend later told investigators that weeks before Alexis disappeared, Marshall had allegedly discussed killing her and asked where a body could be hidden. The friend claimed he believed Marshall was joking and did not take the comments seriously at the time. If true, it suggested the crime may have been planned long before Alexis vanished.
Good morning. How you doing? I'm Detective with the police department. I'm gonna get some info from you guys, and I'm gonna start looking for Alexis. That's okay. Okay. She ever make any sort of statements?
No.
Okay. Is she generally pretty happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's always out. Not every day.
Always out?
Yeah.
Do you know where she goes a lot of the time?
With her friend, E and Ria. She's with us yesterday too.
Does she have any mental health issues? It's generally an antidepressant.
Yeah, I know. That's what she said. That's why she's looking out for the doctor. She's seeing the doctor.
Okay.
When they have accident with her boyfriend, car accident. She said she have a chiropractor appointment.
Who's her boyfriend?
The one that we know is Marshall.
Investigators continued gathering evidence. Eventually, prosecutors prepared a murder case against Marshall Jones, but before they could arrest him, he fled California. Authorities launched a nationwide search. Law enforcement agencies worked together to locate the man they believed was responsible for Alexis's disappearance. Weeks passed, then months. The search eventually led investigators more than 800 miles north to Washington state. For Alexis's family, this was a crucial moment. If Marshall were arrested, perhaps he would finally reveal what happened. Perhaps he would explain why Alexis disappeared. Perhaps he would tell investigators where her body was hidden. After months of uncertainty, answers finally seemed within reach.
Sheriff's Department.
File a missing persons report.
Is this a family member or friend?
Family member. Sister.
And how long ago did you last talk to her?
No one's heard from her since she went to see her ex-boyfriend last night at 8:30.
And she's not answering her phone or anything?
No, it's going straight to voicemail.
On June 1st, 2022, federal agents located Marshall Jones in Washington state. They moved in to arrest him on the murder warrant connected to Alexis's case. According to authorities, Jones confronted officers with a knife during the attempted arrest. Federal agents opened fire. Jones was killed. Just like that, the only person believed to know exactly what happened to Alexis Gabe was gone. For investigators, it was a major setback. For Alexis's family, it was devastating. Her father later explained that they never wanted Marshall dead. They wanted answers. They wanted to look him in the eye and ask two questions. Why? And where is Alexis? Those questions would continue to haunt the family. Even after Marshall's death, investigators refused to give up. The search for Alexis became one of the largest investigations in Oakley Police Department history. Authorities began focusing on remote areas of Amador County. Their attention was drawn there after investigators discovered handwritten directions connected to Marshall Jones. The directions appeared to lead toward isolated locations in the Sierra foothills. Search teams deployed cadaver dogs. Volunteers searched rugged terrain. Investigators even drained large amounts of water and examined septic systems looking for evidence. At one point, possible remains were discovered, creating hope that the mystery might finally be solved. But forensic analysis determined they were not human. The search continued, month after month. With every passing day, the chances of finding Alexis alive grew smaller, yet her family never stopped searching. Then on November 3rd, 2022, everything changed. A resident in Plymouth, California discovered what appeared to be human remains and contacted authorities. Investigators responded immediately. The following day, forensic experts examined the remains using dental records. The results confirmed the heartbreaking truth. The remains belonged to Alexis Gabe. After more than 9 months of searching, Alexis had finally been found. But the discovery revealed something horrifying. Authorities announced that only partial remains had been recovered. Based on the condition of the remains, investigators believed other parts of Alexis's body may have been scattered across multiple locations. A complete recovery might never be possible. Investigators also revealed that the location where Alexis was found was an area Marshall Jones had traveled through shortly after her disappearance. For detectives, it reinforced what they had believed for months. Marshall Jones had murdered Alexis Gabe. Despite years of investigation, many questions remain. What exactly happened inside Marshall Jones's home on January 26th? What triggered the murder? Did anyone else know what happened? Could more evidence still be hidden somewhere in California? Because Jones died before trial, many details may never become public. There would be no courtroom testimony, no cross-examination, no confession, no verdict. Only the evidence left behind, and the devastating loss suffered by Alexis's family. The disappearance of Alexis Gabe began with trust. A young woman visited someone she had known for years, someone she once loved, and she never came home. For nearly 10 months, her family searched relentlessly. Volunteers searched forests. Investigators followed every lead. Communities came together hoping to bring Alexis home. In the end, they found her. But justice would never come through a courtroom. The man accused of killing her died before facing trial, and many of the answers Alexis's family deserved may never be known. What remains is Alexis's memory, a life taken far too soon, a family that never stopped fighting, and a case that serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest danger comes from someone we trust the most. Alexis Gabe was only 24 years old. She should still be here, and she will never be forgotten.